WGN investigates a slow road to justice for some politicians charged with corruption in Chicago.
Investigative reporter Ben Bradley has the story of one such case and its impact on city government.
The wheels of justice are turning slowly for Chicago's longest-serving alderman. While most federal criminal cases in Chicago wrap up in under 2 years, Ed Burke's case is now at 3 years with no trial date set. While his power is diminished, the fact his case hasn't yet gone to trial means his presence still looms large.
I'm not guilty of anything.
The man heard on tape hoping to land the tuna is still feasting in the public trough. Ed Burke, napkin tucked into his collar, about to dig in at a swanky new Chicago restaurant last month, 3 years and 4 months after the feds first filed a criminal complaint against him.
I haven't done anything wrong, and I'm sure that once it gets to court, it'll be clear.
The problem is Burke's case hasn't gone to trial yet. He's accused of demanding people use his private law practice in exchange for his help on public matters. An avalanche of evidence is blamed for the delay as attorneys have to wade through materials which include 9,475 recorded phone calls over an 8-month period.
Alderman Burke.
For 3 years, Burke has been under indictment, but still in office. Sure, not as powerful, but still a presence.
Alderman Burke, you've been in the city council for approximately 50 years, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're a lawyer, is that also correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So if you're making an objection, please make it so we can move forward. He doesn't do things directly, but he's still active.
Still active and still something of a thorn in the side of Mayor Lori Lightfoot. But Burke still has supporters on the council.
Everybody deserves due process, because what if you do that and then find out the man is innocent and the people have made a choice in that particular area? Now, if the people put him out, that's a different conversation, but the people elected him knowing full well what was going on.
He's a wealth of knowledge, and I hate to see it go. You know, we're in this business, and I think we should leave when we think it's the right time.
WGN Investigates reviewed data that reveals Chicago's federal criminal court system is one of the slowest in the nation. It ranks 89th out of 94 districts for the time it takes from filing to disposition of a case. And it's not just COVID. Chicago's federal courts have historically lagged behind others. In a statement, Chief Judge Rebecca Pohlmeier said, "The median length of time from filing to trial in our felony cases is a matter of concern to us. But statistics do not fully take account of the complexity of criminal cases typically brought in a district of our size."
Delay is the best friend of a defense attorney.
Renato Mariotti is a former federal prosecutor who says the sheer number of cases in Chicago plays a role, as does a tendency to allow both sides to request delays.
And I think it is suggests to the public that the system doesn't work. And what I would say to them is the system does work, but it works to ensure that the civil rights of the defendants are vindicated. And of course, that does mean that the defense can take advantage of that to obtain advantages for itself as well.
Burke also benefits from Illinois law, which allows politicians to use their campaign funds to pay legal bills. So keeping the clock running isn't always personally costly. Campaign records show Burke has spent more than $3 million on legal fees since his indictment.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
And did we mention, since Burke is still in office, he's still collecting a city paycheck? He's made approximately $361,000 since his indictment.
I don't know if you have a crystal ball and you can read the future, but I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that I continue to take care of the needs of the people of the 14th Ward.
Alderman Burke's attorney did not respond to our request for comment on the delays in his case. Chief Judge Rebecca Pohlmeier notes priority is given to defendants who are locked up while they await trial. She said the pace of cases was improving before COVID hit, and now they're playing catch up and hoping more people will take bench trials to speed things up. Ben Bradley, WGN Investigates.